on the set in 3, 2, 1, going live.
All right, you crazy people out there in Huntington Beach, welcome to another episode of HB Unplugged. I'm Mel Craig.
And I'm Don Ramsey.
And look who we got again, second
PT.
visit.
A repeat offender.
Pete Townsend. Yeah, man, a repeat offender.
Yeah.
That's a good, I like that, a repeat offender. So, there's a lot going on in the city right now that you're handling, PT. I mean, there's a lot on your plate, and I don't think there's ever a time where there's not a lot on both your guys' plate.
We got a lot.
Well,
going on.
it's hard to keep up with Ramsey. Don't worry.
I don't know how either one of you do it. I like staying behind the scenes and watching you guys go. It's almost like entertainment. What are they doing now? So you got a lot on your plate. There's a lot of things going on. I'm really excited because you actually asked me to help with the refurbishing of the Silver Surfer.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. I got a little story on that one too.
Yeah, well, so that Silver Surfer was created some time ago, like long before my involvement with the museum, and it's been used a few times in different functions and stuff.
I've seen it everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, but then he the last time he got used, his fingers got broke, and so he's
broke his fingers.
So he's been in storage. But what's interesting, what happened is that whoever put him back actually saved the fingers, and they were in a plastic bag. And
and we just found that out when we went to go check it out to get Dave Reynolds to fix it, and the fingers were right there.
Oh, so all he had to do was attach them.
Right, he didn't have to rebuild the fingers, which saved a whole lot of time.
That's like a person who loses a finger. Actually, in real life, they can actually take the finger and sew it back on. So
yeah,
Silver Surfer's got a second life.
Yeah, so the fingers are on, and we're about to give it to you to paint him back up silver.
Bring him back looking good again. Yeah. So, and where's the Silver Surfer going to be?
Well, he's going to go into the relocation of Huntington Beach Surf Museum, which is moving uptown, as was given me a proclamation. We're moving uptown, and then that
we are moving uptown. That's correct.
And then I want to give a shout out in that regards to Senator Tony Strickland, because it all started with him. When we were trying to get the Olympics, and one of the things that Tony said to me, we had a cup of coffee. He said, "Look, we got to be bigger and better if we're getting the Olympics for the International Surfing Museum as an attraction to bring people here and be part of it all."
Right.
And so that quest began 2.5 years ago. It took me 2.5 years to get through City Council and get the approvals.
We got the final vote. Everybody
7-0.
voted yes. Yeah.
And
you guys were stoked that day. I remember.
We were all there.
Yeah.
And so now the process has begun, and we're in the early throes of relocating. The current box, as I call it, is shut for the time being, except for tours. I'm doing docent tours for for Visit Huntington Beach, because we have journalists and influencers come in, and so we're still showing the Duke exhibit, which to them it looks fresh as ever, and it's getting incredible reception still. We've had that exhibit in there for 2 years, and it's been the most successful exhibit we've ever done. I mean, it was on Sunday Night Football on NBC. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that.
Actually, now that you said it, for those of people that don't know, the current museum, as he calls it, the box, it's actually kind of a historic building itself. But it's on, is it Walnut and...
It's on Olive Street.
Olive and Main. So between Main and 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's been there for how long?
Oh, way back.
The building's been there for
40s.
Well, yeah. The building's been there it's a historic building. But the museum itself has been there. Yeah, it was a doctor's office. I remember that.
It's been there since the late 80s.
Yeah, okay.
And before that, it was Safari Sam's Punk Rock Club.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big punk rock.
It was like the home residence for TSOL.
It was.
Yeah.
And the big thing was to get more space, and the topic of the library had come up.
And also, from point of view of just thinking bigger than that, is that to extend Main Street, to help the vendors or
bring it up another block.
Well, yeah, because I've served on the bid, for quite some time, and the biggest complaint we'd always get,
Business Improvement District.
we get no love on 4th Street, and so the whole idea is to extend Main Street and turn the 5th block into more of a cultural downtown destination with the art center, the surf museum, and the library. The library's not leaving; it'll still be there, and we've got all sorts of ideas to actually enhance the library. From point of view of,
so everybody wins.
Yeah, I'm moving my private collection, PT collection, in there. from a study center point of view, where we're going to
Wow.
we're going to have surf studies, and it's going to actually be Danny Morris wants to turn it into an actual credited program at high school at Huntington
the
High.
principal at Huntington High
Unreal.
School.
Yeah.
They say you learn something new every day. Look at this. God, that's amazing news.
Yeah. So we'll open, the grand opening for being in the library will be July 24th, and we'll open with this exhibit, which is the 50-year history of pro surfing.
So this is going to be the exhibit. Alejandro, can you focus in on this for us? You got this? Focusing in? Have PT do it. Here you go. He said have PT hold it. You're getting it on that camera. So there you go. Just hold it at this camera, PT. There it is. So go ahead and explain that now.
Yeah, so this is, if you've been to the Duke exhibit, you'll see we do like about 12 panels that tell the story. And so this is the opening one from right here that tells what we're doing and why we're doing it, because it's the 50th anniversary.
Right.
And then it'll have the panels that tell the story of how, these are all the different dummies right now.
Hold it straight right there to that camera.
These are all the different dummies that are going to be panels that our mate Dom over at, what's the name of it?
Those are the mock-ups.
He over at
HB Fast.
HB Digital.
HB
Oh, yeah.
Digital.
Yeah.
Dom. Yeah.
I was just there.
Yeah.
He'll do big versions of these.
Oh, cool.
And those will go in. So I'm a ways through. I mean, there's some classic, like this one here has every world champion, right?
Wow.
This is from the opening in Australia that I just went to. I just went down for the opening.
50-year tour.
Yeah.
Wow, unreal.
So there'll be all of those, and then of course.
Wait, hang on a second. I don't think a lot of people know this about the museum. So it's never boring, is what I try to tell people, because you change up the events. You change up the museum every how long?
Well, in the case of the box, because it's so small, when we do an exhibition, it takes over the whole box.
Right. So you change.
Right, and initially when we open, the most of what's going to be going on is going to in relation to the 50th anniversary in conjunction with this year's U.S. Open, right? And so we're actually, instead of doing a hierarchy of the history of the boards initially, we're not going to do that. We're doing 15 champion boards like used jerseys. I just drove up to Santa Barbara and met with Brett Merrick and had lunch with Al, actually.
Wow.
And they gave me a used Curran, a used Slater, and a used Lisa Anderson, right? Boards.
Really? Boards, wow.
And so I'm getting used, like when I'm going to Australia this week, I'm going down, I'm getting a used Stephanie Gilmore.
Wow.
Right. So
That's cool.
we're going to have 15 used boards with a story of they're all world champion boards.
Wow.
So I guess my question is, you're always changing it up constantly. But the new library, you'll not have to disassemble the whole box like you did. Now you're going to have certain areas?
Well, when we get done with this 50th anniversary, which, unlike the Duke, which could go on forever.
Right, exactly.
At the end of the year, the anniversary's over. So we have to do, of course, a new installation. When we do that, we will have a permanent history of the surfboard going back to Wood and the Duke Kanamaka all the way up to Yago Dora today as the current world champ.
Yeah, and so at the museum, we also do these great exhibits, but they also do fantastic events. We just pulled off, or Ricky Blake pulled up Surf Science Night. It was like third or fourth year in a row, and it was unbelievable how packed it was. It was crazy how many people showed up to that event.
Right, and all the same people came back to the Bolsa Chica wetlands, the Huntington wetlands, Huntington Beach High School. We had all different sorts of vendors come in. Like
Surf Rider was there.
Surf Rider.
Bolsa Chica Wetlands bought their vehicle that has live animals in it, like with starfish. And the kids ate it up. I mean, it's really a family thing aimed at the kids. And the kids have to go around. And I think we had 8 different people doing their exhibition.
8 stations where they had to have their cards signed
Ricky's
up.
done this how many times?
This is the 4th one.
It's the fourth?
one,
Okay.
yeah.
Very successful. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's done well with that.
So we're going to be doing all that kind of stuff when we get uptown.
Yeah, uptown, yeah. And when's the grand opening?
July
July
24th.
July 24th.
Yeah.
And so eventually, now I'm not sure if I'm right on this, you're taking a big section of the library floor downstairs.
We're going to be
but you'll be eventually going upstairs as well, correct?
Well, at some point in time, but that's not ADA compliant up there, so we can't have public up there until we put an elevator in. So if someone wants to write me a check for $100,000, I'll get that elevator put in tomorrow.
Yeah, Don will write that check right now.
Yeah, okay.
And you know, besides the library, there's a lot of stuff you're involved in right now. Don, you were telling me, so go ahead and tell the audience what's going on with PT right now. They know he's going to be the Grand Marshal stuff, you know.
Yeah, he's going to be the surfing Grand Marshal. First time we've ever had an actual surfing Grand Marshal for
Which
the
seems
4th
odd
of
to me.
July
I would
event.
think Huntington Beach would always do that.
Yeah, but it's special this year because it's the 50th anniversary of PT being the first men's world champion surfer. And then it's also the WSL 50th anniversary. So I was talking to Stacy, who's our consultant for the 4th of July event. And I don't know why this keeps ringing. I turned it
It's because
off.
you're a busy man, mate.
Yeah, that's why.
But, you know, so I was going to tell him, I think today or yesterday, and then Matt Liffring showed up and they were at the library talking about the move and all that stuff, and Matt Liffring
slipped
and said,
spilled the beans.
Yeah,
and asked PT about the being selected as the surfing Grand Marshal, and then
PT's going, boom,
that's when
what?
Stacy called me, our consultant, and says, "Hey Don, just looking on Facebook, and
It was he was broadcasting it live.
Yeah, he was broadcasting
He was live at
because
now. We were watching it.
she says, "Can you get over to the library real quick and go tell PT officially about it?" So I got in my car and jumped over there, came over. Like, it didn't take that long.
No.
I was right there, and Matt Liffring was kind enough to wait for me again, and then I announced it to PT and let him know it, and it was official after that moment. So it was all good.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it's a big honor, and of course, with the upgrade of the 4th of July parade to national TV this year, it's going to be
Channel
HB
7.
Imagine that.
Right.
Yeah, it's the 250th birthday of the United States, and it's our
Everything's
122nd.
you know, they say the stars
4th of July
align for
event.
people at certain times. Look at this.
It's
Is your shining
it's
star.
like with my kids and my family at the moment is the 50th anniversary of being the first world pro champ. That's why I'm going back to Australia this weekend. Is they're having a big party in my hometown, you know, because the tour goes to Coolangatta for the next stop after Margaret River, and I tell them, and it's not all being paid for. I'm contributing to some of it because I tell my kids, I'm going to invest in PT, the brand, and spend a little money because it's only going to be 51 time. I don't think they'll be I think I'll make it to the 75th anniversary.
Oh yeah, who knows? You probably will.
No, mate. My goal in life right now is I want to make it to the Olympics in Brisbane in 32.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to move back to Australia at some point.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to end my life like my dad in Coolangatta.
Oh, cool.
Warm water, put your trunks on.
Board shorts.
Walk down there. You don't have to be in the parking lot and get your wetsuit off or anything. It's not about surfing. It's doing what my dad did. My dad lived at the beach until he was in his 90s, and that was his deal. Put my trunks on, go down and dive in the ocean.
Yeah.
I want to do that. You know?
Well, that's a good dream to have. I mean, who wouldn't want to live like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny too. You bring that up because when we were younger here in California, right about May, am I right? Right about May or June, we were board shorts only, no wetsuits. Am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah.
And now it's like wetsuits all year round. I don't know about global warming. It's colder than shit in the water.
Actually, the water, from what I've been told, is
Yeah,
I'm not in the water this year.
It has warmed up.
Yeah, it's been warmer.
Yeah. I mean, I left Huntington Beach for 3 years and went in the military back in the early 70s. And when I came back, everybody had leashes. That was that's what blew my mind. Everybody had a leash, and I went like it was.
I don't know. I don't know if you really. It was more like a bungee cord. They had a little leather strap, and they snapped all the time. I mean, it was like
well,
we would tie them together. You know. Like,
yeah. Those are the first ones, and then that was it. Fur Cat, the guy.
Fur Cat Wilson.
Yeah, he started selling
Steve
them at the
Walsh,
surf shops around town.
And
Everybody had a lead.
And then Peggy Rouleau, if you remember Peggy Rouleau with Pipelines, with Chuck Dent.
Yes.
Her dad was a behind-the-scenes financer of the Chuck Dent Surf Center. I know that because, the Chuck Dent Surf Center started off, the one that was in the 70s, 80s, was the Bronze Aussie Surf Shop, right there where today, it used to be Terry's Coffee Shop on the corner.
Yeah,
and the next
right
building,
where the Greyhound bus depot was.
Yeah, and then that turned into the Bronze Aussies. Ultimately became the Bronze Aussies became the Chuck Dent Surf Center with Rock and Fig and Bill Denny and the Weaver all working at the counter, and Chuck while he was alive.
Right.
Yeah, and
I still think
is that where Dwight Dunn worked too?
No, Dwight didn't work at that. He worked Sunline.
Oh, down the way then.
Yeah.
Doesn't Dent still have a shop? I think it's on Yorktown. Is it
Yeah.
still there?
Yeah, that's where Pat Lean
they still have one
Mike
there.
Butler and Mark Nakashima's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. I was just discussing with somebody. Russell Surfboards is closing.
I saw that.
And then Seikl is closing too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Seikl's
So Rock and
closed.
Fig will be the only little
independent shop.
left downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. The two kids are running it, and it's doing good, and they're staying afloat and keeping up with the big boys.
That's that's the same with Seikl. It depends. Well, really depends on the Greek if he wants to put their rent up or not. right, Don.
Yeah, he does own the property, but I think he gives them a deal.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He must. Yeah. Well, he's done well. Anything else you guys want to add?
Well, I just, like I said, I was stoked to be able to go there last night and officially tell PT that
was kind of caught off guard, but yeah.
Grand Marshal, the first ever surfing Grand Marshal, which is a big deal. And our town, Surf City, USA, we've had so many great surfers come and live here and surf here and perform here. And
contribute.
Yeah. The first day I met PT was the day that they took down the black cover of the big board,
right,
and pulled it off, and that's the first day I actually officially met you.
Yeah, so that's over a decade ago because we were talking about
that was
we're talking over the big board. That's
2014 or 15.
15. Yeah. Because we had the anniversary of surfing in Huntington Beach with George Freeth in 14. And we were trying to.
Was that the 100 years of surfing?
Yeah, 100 years of surfing.
And we were trying to get the board that existed because it's out in Corona in a farm, right? And some guy ended up with it out there when they brought the one they built in Australia over here. And we actually rode it during the US Open, but they didn't pay off Guinness, so it was never the record. It was never the Guinness World Record. So when we went out there and see if we could get that one off him, and the guy wanted to sell us for a ridiculous price, and so
it was you and Don McAllister.
It was me and Don McAllister.
Yeah.
We go out there and go through the gates of this farm. Because we Googled it and knew where it was, and all of a sudden we pulled up at the board, and all of a sudden there's a truck with a gun rack coming across the farm. A good old boy going, "What are you boys doing on my
land?"
We said we want to take a look at the board and see whether we would like to get it off you so that we can try and break the Guinness World Record. Because the record stood at 47 from Australia.
And what is ours?
66.
Yeah.
But our plan is to get it down and break the record before the Olympics. We know hydrodynamically we can put 70 people on there.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get on
and we're
this
going to
one.
do it.
I was at the beach last time. I want to get on the board.
Because we lost Sumo.
You might know the right
We lost Sumo. He counts for two people on the back.
Yeah.
Sumo and Verdone, they were the back corners.
PD, when it just dawned on me, 50 years. Your career, I don't know, in a minute or less, what has your career been like? I mean, you think about what you did, how far back you go, how surfing has changed, evolved, and
surfing absolutely changed my life from point of view of. So when I graduated high school in '70, I also had the scholarship to go to architectural school, which is very rare to get a scholarship in Australia. We only had 5 universities at that time, And at that time, I'd also come second in Queensland, which is like coming second in California. And you can defer the scholarship 1 year and go into the grading of the next year, and there's no guarantee you might get it. And so my dad went, son, you're pretty good at this surfing thing. Why don't you have a go? And so I did. And so I got on the Australian team, came to California, and came third and got the bronze medal in the old school world championships behind the Weaver.
So you made a big decision then.
And so that was the end of school.
Yeah.
Hey, not to change the subject, but tell us a story about your mom telling you about the color pink.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of that, I think if in the parade, I better get a pink surfboard to put in the parade, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. And traditional in Australia, you have breakfast with mum serves breakfast, and I'm at the breakfast table. And I had started to do okay in competition. And I said to mum, I'm getting a new surfboard, mum. What colour should I get? And, I had first one was blue. Then there was a yellow one and an orange one. And my mother goes, son, I think you should get your next board hot pink. That way they'll never miss you. And so I went round to Joe Larkins, who had been made all my boards up to that point. And, to have a bright pink surfboard at this point in your life.
Especially at that time of life.
At that time, right?
No.
And I go around to Joe's, and Joe goes, are you sure you want it bright pink? And so he makes me the pink one. And I come second in Queensland and then make the Australian titles. And I go, I guess this pink thing's working. And that became my trademark, And to be honest, especially in Hawaii and particularly at Sunset, where I was really good at Sunset. I mean, I was in 11 Dukes and made 6 finals of the Duke. When I stood up on my pink board at Sunset, which is way out there, they knew it was me straight away. And also when you lost your board, no leases. Yeah. Right? And it went out in the channel. I could see my pink board heading for Camiland.
Classic.
Yeah, it's stuck. Definitely.
And now people send me
I
pink
always
stuff.
get asked, hey, since you know PT, why does he always wear pink? I go, oh, well, there's a story behind it.
Yeah. And now,
it's a trademark.
And now companies send me pink stuff all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like I just got a box of pink Vans sent to me, right?
From Vans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve sent them. Yeah. It was Steve who sent them.
Yeah. Steve says, I got to get PT a pair of pink tennis shoes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
very good. Anything else you guys want to add?
Sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to the celebrations, and we're going to have a great Surfing Walk of Fame coming up. The ballots are going out right now. We already made one decision. Don will tell you that we do the honor roll. We're the only ones that do the honor roll. And then the ballots go out around the world to determine the other 5 categories.
Do you want to tell them who we picked?
Yeah, of course we can tell them. We're inducting Dean Torrance
from Jan. Yeah.
Good old Dean.
And he's all stoked.
We're pretty lucky because we got up on stage with the Beach Boys.
Right, that was our magic rock and roll moment.
That was our 5 minutes of fame.
Right.
Singing with the Beach Boys, and he was actually playing Dean's guitar.
Yeah, and so when we induct him, aren't they going to have the band back and play at the Lighthouse? That's the plan, right?
Rumors. Those are the rumors.
Okay.
Wow.
That he would get the Kelly Miller band back together and play at the Pacific City at the new venue. That's
with the same guys?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
With Skunk Baxter and Bruce Johnson
Those
of the
guys
Beach
were
Boys.
great, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce was really cool. We walked up to our table. I was like, Bruce, it's you. He goes, yeah, I'm here.
And he's a big surf fan. He grew up surfing. He's a big surf fan.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Anyway, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on around this year's U.S. Open with the 50th anniversary of pro surfing.
Well, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, PT, how would they do that?
The easiest way is to, if you get my number, text me. Don't try to call me, as Don will tell you. But I answer my texts pretty quick. And other than that, the Active Empire at AOL.com.
Active Empire at AOL.com.
Yep.
You got that, Alejandro? So we're ready to rock. PT, I mean, look, this is an amazing year for you. My hat's off to you. I'm sure. Congratulations is in order big time. And,
thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on the show again and have you excited to be part of our life. It's like really so cool to be able to walk up to you and say hey and see what's going on. And I mean, both of you guys are like, I always tell people, what do you want to know? I'll find out for you. Well, how do you find out? I got the two most historic guys in Huntington Beach in the world, like that know everything about anything about everybody. Like,
and Huntington Beach has been more than half of my life. I've been here 46 years, and so even though I wasn't born here and bred here, I feel like a huge part of my life.
Yeah,
particularly my 3 kids were all born and raised here. My, as I've said before, my daughter was homecoming queen at Huntington Beach High.
Yeah.
Doesn't get more American than that, even if I'm not American. All right, boys, thanks.
You're very welcome. I'm Mel Craig.
And I'm Don Ramsey.
And thanks, Huntington Beach, for joining us for another episode of HB Unplugged. Woohoo!